My name is Charles Okoye. I'm a senior health science major, philosophy and chemistry double minor from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Anambra State, Nigeria. Um, and for my final presentation for the Introduction to Nutrition, I will be going over Nutrition Analysis Report, Fuel for a Better Life. A quick introduction. I recorded 3 days of intake using a tracker app and calculated my nutrient goals and totals. Nutrient analysis helped me to step back and evaluate my daily eating habits as also the way they affect me as a person, and just overall just going over results in ways that we could strengthen areas. Components of healthy dieting consist of vegetables, fruits, whole grain proteins, healthy fats, and water. Water and hydration being a key aspect, and leading in terms of causes of why I necessarily wasn't eating anything, why I wasn't hitting target goals. Healthy fats being avocados, olive oil. You really want to try to stay away from fast food, at least fast food, or at least any form of like straight tallow or fat, animal fat that may not be as refined. In terms of protein, just staying to lean meats, fishes, eggs, and beans. In terms of whole grains, making sure that everything's whole grain and trying not to be, like white bread. And then fruits and vegetables, just to make sure that you're getting your vitamins and also you're getting your minerals for the day. Also, in continuation, just to go over a quick overview in terms of vegetables. Majority of these, with the exception of grains, being very, very under in terms of achieving those in terms of vegetables. I could increase my intake by just adding vegetables, adding vegetables. I guess the convenience of pre-prepping or meal prepping also helps me to make sure you get those nutrients within vegetables and fruits. And fruits was way under. I guess more portable options in terms of fruits could make sure I hit my daily value or daily requirements. In terms of fats mostly came from fried foods and snacks. Definitely could have locked in a lot healthier, or at least cooked more. Going to meal prepping again, cooking with olive oil, cooking with nuts and seeds. Just making sure that the fats that are in the food are healthy and can benefit me. When it comes to seeds, again, I know most people think of seeds as like a peanut butter or unless like granola. But even with that, just making sure that we're hitting areas, and the ways that we could do that is just adding canned beans, maybe some chickpeas or hummus. In terms of calories stay consistently below 300, which is quite impressive for my size, but I'm also very, very under eating in terms of categories. This is a large efficiency, which leads to low energy. Wasn't really doing that much when they're in the 3 days. Just protein distributions, protein intake could be up. High protein repeats helps with muscle repair and toning, and low protein can slow down recovery and strength. It's making sure that it doesn't have to necessarily just be meats. It could be Greek yogurt, eggs, or like protein focused snacks, mostly associated with like the gym. In terms of carbs, adding more fruits, and make sure my carbs are low. Not make sure my carbs are low. Having low carbs at least affects energy and workout performance. My carb intake is also below the recommended levels for active adult. When it comes to fats, like I said before, fats mostly came from Chick-fil-A. You know, highly saturated meals that could lead to heart and health risk. Choosing more grilled options instead of fried food to reduce intake. When it comes to dietary fibers was low, but I did reach those areas within the granola bars I would have time to time throughout the mornings or sometimes like afternoon. Overall analysis over all of the vitamins and minerals, majority of them was significantly under recommended values or recommended amounts. Potassium could just be reached by bananas, yogurt, avocado. Sodium, just again staying away from processed foods, staying away from sports drinks. That definitely wasn't healthy for my heart as well. I would like to add that vitamin B12 did play a crucial role within those 3 days, being that it was something I was constantly having with Celsius, which has a lot of it, but also isn't good as well. And just eating more spinaches, eating more fish, eating more eggs. Making sure that I'm outside, even if I'm not necessarily getting enough vitamin D. Just making sure I'm still active, being outside. I know the cold weather could derail. And then just how to overcome these challenges, just meal prepping, keeping recipes simple, cutting out ingredients is if they're not necessarily helping, and like limiting cravings of unhealthy food and just staying consistent. Healthy well-being, just making sure certain foods like fishes or leafy greens or more implemented into my options and meal choices. Regular meals help stabilize energy and avoid excessive sugar and processed foods to prevent mood swings.